What's up, YouTube? This is your boy John from Project Ellsworth, and I am back with you today to give you my review of the 1981 film Cannibal Ferox. Happy Friday, everybody. Cannibal Ferox was both written and directed by Umberto Lenzi, starring Giovanni Lombardo Radici, Danilo Mattei, and Lorraine DeSelli. What is this, an Italian film? So our story begins with some strung out looking dude going into an apartment looking for somebody named Mike. Mike's his drug dealer. Inside of this apartment, he finds two other mobster looking dudes who are also there looking for Mike. Likely for a much different reason. The two mob guys knock off the strung out looking guy and they hit the bricks. Now we jump over to the Brazilian Rain Forrest. We are with brother and sister Rudy and Gloria and their friend Pat. They're over there to prove Gloria's theory that cannibalism no longer exists and possibly never did. Why? Shortly after these three arrive in the rainforest, they run into a guy named Mike, yeah, that Mike, and his friend Joe. Joe is severely injured, and Mike says that those injuries are the result of being attacked by cannibals. Mike also claims that they were previously with a Portuguese tour guide who was castrated and killed by these same cannibals. However, when Joe is just about ready to die, he lets Rudy and Gloria in on a little secret. You see, him and Mike are actually there for emeralds and cocaine, and previously in a drug-fueled rage, Mike actually castrated, tortured, and murdered one of these cannibals. And they're not happy. But I bet they're hungry. So the first thing that I'll say about this movie is if you have a deep love for animals, steer completely clear of this movie. There are several scenes in this movie of animals being killed pretty graphically by other animals, and there are also a couple scenes of animals being killed pretty graphically by humans, and it is not easy to watch. It's pretty nasty, and it's very real. And in addition to the real stuff, you also have some pretty serious cinematic scenes of torture, violence, and gore. Just don't say I didn't warn you. And Cannibal Ferox also has some way overblown acting in it, which is pretty typical for these old Italian cannibal movies and the old Italian zombie movies. They make everything overly dramatic, which makes you really, really hate the bad guys, and it also makes you find the good guys rather annoying. I can't take it anymore! I just can't take it anymore! And this movie also has all of the typical audio issues that these movies have, where the music is all from the late 70s, early 80s. It's almost disco, but not quite. The audio track does not line up with the actors' mouths. Pretty standard stuff with these types of movies. If you have seen Cannibal Holocaust, which was made 1 year prior to this, there's no way in the world that this movie could not be compared to Cannibal Holocaust. I'm not quite sure which one I like more. I've seen both. I've seen a few of these types of movies, and it's impossible not to compare them to one another. Especially those two, meaning Cannibal Holocaust and Cannibal Ferox. As I've mentioned before, these movies are guilty pleasures for me. I've mentioned that in my review for Burial Ground, and I mentioned that in my review for Zombie Holocaust. I just love this stuff. This stuff reminds me of when I was a little kid and when I was really starting to get serious into the horror movie stuff. Just like I said, just guilty pleasure for me. I'll leave the link in the description below of those other two reviews. So 1981's Cannibal Ferox. Ferox? Ferox. Whatever. 1981's Cannibal Ferox. If you like old, grimy, gritty, low-budget Italian horror movies, this movie's got your name written all over it. I absolutely loved it. Have you seen this flick? How do you feel about these old Italian horror movies? Leave me some comments down below and let's talk about it. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you really like this video and you have been enjoying my content up to this point, please do me a huge favor and click that subscribe button and then ring that notification bell. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, have a kick-ass day, and thank you for watching.